believe that where work is going is what, when the Rockefeller Foundation had this vision of bringing capacity development into Africa, that's where we want to go. I believe the fact that the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Agriculture does understand the value that work is bringing on the table is what we all wanted. The fact that WACI has brought all these other resources on the table, but all these partnerships is what we wanted for an African institution that has the capacity to train Africans that understand the challenges that they live with. So we are extremely proud of what the institution has started and set up. So going forward then, we are 100% committed to working with WACI. The minister mentioned that he wanted the endowment fund that WACI is working on to go to 50 million. I think he's right. I don't know that any of us questions the fact that this WACI has given itself the status, has worked very hard to allow all the countries around us to invest in an institution that grows. There's no reason to have multiplicity of institutions. This institution can do the work for ECOWAS, can do the work for this region. My humble contribution as a person is going to be to grow the work of WACI. It's going to be not monetary. Don't I wish I had some dollars sitting in a bank account somewhere. I don't. But I'm going to make sure that, and you trust me, I work hard on resource mobilization. I'm going to make sure that part of my energies towards resource mobilization is mobilizing resources for WACI. So definitely, not because I'm being blackmailed, but because I believe in WACI and what it is doing. So while you really got me here and have said all these things about AGRA, the idea was that WACI gets here, that WACI brings on board other partners, that other institutions see the value, and we are prepared and ready to work with all of you to see this institution go into the future and to see it serve what the region would want it to be. We are going to be feeding 2.5 billion people in less than 50 years. We need institutions like WACI to stay on top of the game in terms of the scientists that we need, and in terms of how these scientists work with the national research centers, which is what Soma, Mamadou, and Aseta are doing in their national research institutions. We are working with them as well, and we are working on developing seed companies. Our next generation of work is to grow this business. That's what we are working on, Eric. We are trying to grow the business so that the demand becomes bigger. So we are working with the Ministry of Agriculture here and several other ministries across the continent where we are working to look at how these varieties become a reality for farmers, how we grow the demand so that the scientists we produce here have more value. So down the road, Africa, we are currently talking about increasing yields for Africa. That's just before the climate change issue became real. We need to talk about Africa stopping food imports. We need to talk about Africa growing its economies based on the agricultural potential it has. And we want WACI to be at the center of that because we need scientists, we need breeders, and we need institutions that function. And Eric, I am very comfortable to say that we entrust you with a lot of that work in this region.